If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. As we are getting closer to the release of Kendrick Lamar's new album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, which is next Friday on May 13th, we of course still have a lot of stuff to cover regarding what we know about this album so far. And so today, I wanted to dig into what confirmed producers and features we already have on this record to kind of get everybody caught up on what the latest, status of this album is. And then as we learn more about this, I'll be sure to keep y'all updated, so make sure you are subscribed. So let's jump straight into this. So the easiest way to figure out who's going to be on this album in terms of producers, obviously, is to look at who is associated with this, who reposted the initial official announcement of this record that, of course, was done through PG Lang from the Oklahoma.com website from, Kendrick Lamar, as we've talked about in a lot of previous videos as well. And he did this Michael Jordan press release, the legendary "I'm Back," but in this case, it was the announcement of this album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, dropping on May 15th. So let's also look at who reposted this as well, and so who's associated with this. Let's start with the first one. The same day, Boy Wonder also reposted this announcement, also with the caption at Kendrick Lamar, May 13th. So it's basically confirmed that Boy Wonder is going to play a role on this new record. And so already we can tell it's some serious heavy hitters in the game, and that does make sense as a Kendrick Lamar record. Of course, you're expecting things to go really big and really official, but it started out really big by having someone like Boy Wonder also repost your announcement for the record. I think that's a pretty huge thing. Let's keep going. Carter Got Wings did the same thing, and he reposted this other version of the announcement, that just says Kendrick Lamar, new album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, May 13th. And it seems to me that only the people, associated with him have gotten this version of the release, because I've seen some other people also repost this, and it's never when like normal people that only see the, the press release type statement have access to this. So this is like a little hint as to what people have some information on that. Of course, I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but we have confirmed Boy Wonder and now also Carter Got Wings are confirmed producers on here. So as I said, heavy hitters in the game. Next up, we have Soundwave. He also, as basically everybody, released the announcement and statement for this album. He said, "It's been a minute, excited to be back. New Kendrick Lamar album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers." Him as well, being on here. And you can kind of tell that Kendrick is kind of going for a specific sound, but I think we can get into that a little bit more when we look at who's also, the next three producers that are confirmed to be on here as well. Because next up we have Terrence Martin. He didn't repost this. Maybe, he feels too important to repost this, but I don't think there's any negative feelings involved. But he also, when it happened, I think had it on his story. So you can already tell that, he's also associated with this. And also him being from California, always having that West Coast influence style. That is what I was just about to say. You can kind of already tell that Kendrick also wants to keep it a little bit, local as well, and draw inspiration from the very big producers that can create big hits and that have a pretty, crazy track record and discography, but then also bring it a little bit back home. Of course, Terrence Martin is a pretty, heavy hitter, big name in the industry, but I'm just trying to tell y'all that it seems like he's still not completely disconnected and trying to create some rock album. He's still, wanting to do this hip-hop thing, this LA-based hip-hop thing. That's what I get from this. Next up, we have another, pretty big producer also repost this, or like just well-known producer, which is DJ Dahi. He, as I already said, reposted this alternate version of the announcement. So there's also a confirmed feature or producer on here. Next up, we also have The Alchemist, which is, have an Alchemist on here, crazy. He also doesn't have it up on his Instagram anymore, but he also had it in his story right when it happened. So that's the producers we have so far. So that's what? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 producers we have already confirmed to be on this record. Of course, there will be a lot more. Thundercat confirmed in 2020 that he was working with Kendrick on the record, or like on a new record. We can only speculate if that was still Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers or another record that he was doing, but it seems like Thundercat is also involved in this process. It's just didn't really post it on Instagram, anything like that. Of course, there are also possible features. We don't actually have a word on any official information on possible features, but looking at the way he's releasing it, which is through PG Lang, we can kind of already take a few educated guesses as to who could be on this record. First of all, of course, we got to see that PG Lang only has a roster so far of 3 people, and they are only there through partnerships. So the first one obviously being Kendrick Lamar, but then the second one is Baby Keem, whose album The Melodic Blue was released through PG Lang, but only in partnership with Columbia back in 2021. Baby Keem is for sure going to be on this record. I mean, the way that the two of them have been just working together over the past year now, I think is just proof for all of that. And we also have Tana Leone. He's a young artist signed to PG Lang as well. The only other person besides Kendrick Lamar and Baby Keem was signed this year only. He's also only there through a partnership with Def Jam, but still, that dude is also dropping music and talking about PG Lang and all of that. So those people are speculated to be on this record as well. I am going to make a video going over what exactly PG Lang is in the next 1 to 2 days, because I think a lot of people still get it confused. Is he releasing this new album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, through PG Lang? Is it not TDE anymore? How are the two of them connected? So I'm going to make a video explaining what PG Lang really is and what Kendrick intends to do with it in the next 2 to 3 days. So make sure you're also subscribed for that. So this is basically all the information we have so far. We have producers that are confirmed to be on this record, which is really exciting. Also looking at what type of producers are going to be on here, and then also judging that he's releasing it through PG Lang. We can kind of judge that those artists featured on there, namely Baby Keem and Tana Leone, might also get a spot on there. So that's the only educated guesses we can take so far, but as I said, as we learn more about this, I'll be sure to keep y'all updated. Obviously, all the stuff that I talked about and all the stuff I said about the producers and my speculations about the sound this is going in and the possible features is only my own opinion. Now I want to know what you think about this. How are you, feeling about the producers we have so far? Do you think a lot more will also come in the future in addition to this? And what do you think about the features? Who do you think is going to be featured on here? All of this, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.